payment, all with the superior services of Citibank. Call now.
You just want to go crazy, multiply that by 100.
Kerri Strug, putting the pain behind her. Studio 3B in New York. Here is Jane Pauley.
At every Olympics, there is one athlete who, in triumph or tragedy, emerges as the hero. In Atlanta last summer, it was young gymnast Kerri Strug, who with one unforgettable leap taught us that courage comes in every shape and size. So what does a tiny teenage hero with a gold medal do next? Tonight, Rob Stafford with Kerri Strug on her next big leap.
My goal is to reach 5 feet, but I don't even think I'll make it there.
How close are you now?
I believe I'm about 4'9½". But, you know, they say good things come in small packages, so I think I'll be all right.
That small package is a combustible dynamo, as evident today as it was 15 months earlier when the 85-pounder vaulted into our hearts on a world stage, the Olympic Games in Atlanta. It was the intersection of a tiny gymnast of uncommon character and the moment. 18-year-old Kerri Strug had mere seconds to decide whether to vault on a badly injured ankle or possibly forfeit the American women's gymnastics team's first ever shot at the gold. If history is a judge, there could only be one course for Kerri.
Definitely, I'm a doer, not a dreamer.
Even as a tot in Arizona, she showed a flair for the sport, often choosing curbs over sidewalks. Her parents say her interest in gymnastics was sparked by their older daughter's involvement and Kerri's natural tendencies.
Kerri was always walking on her hands, and I don't say, Kerri, can't you walk on your feet like all the other kids?
Once a week, after-school gymnastics classes quickly multiplied to 2, then 3 days weekly.
Everyone else would leave, and she wanted the coach to stay with her and learn another trick. So she was always very, very disciplined. Both in gymnastics and school was the same way. She was not happy if she didn't make 100.
By the age of 12, Kerri was starting to attract media attention.
Well, I'd like to go to the Olympics, but that's a long way away, so I don't know.
But Kerri Strug, a compulsive list maker, soon put winning an Olympic gold at the top of her list of things to do.
I mean, who wants to be normal? I think all of us want to excel and be great at something and make a difference and be special.
It would not come without sacrifice.
How old were you when you moved away?
It was a month after my 13th birthday.
Think of the pressure. 13 years old, youngest competitor here. First.
Kerri jumped on the Olympic fast track, leaving home, moving in with another family in order to train with controversial gymnastics giant Bella Caroli in Houston, Texas. He developed such champions as Nadia Comaneci and Mary Lou Retton.
Really and truly, she was special from the very beginning. She always been an overachiever, period.
Kerri went on a strict diet and practiced up to 7 hours a day. All this while maintaining good grades and coping with muscle injuries and homesickness. The pain would pay off. At 13, she would go to Barcelona as the youngest member of the 1992 Olympic team. While she would compete in the shadow of other better-known gymnasts, the team itself would go on to win a bronze medal.
Kerri Strug.
Kerri did not intend for this to be the peak of her career, so she continued to compete. But in 1994, at a national competition with 16-year-old Kerri's parents in the stands, the unthinkable occurred. The fall was so frightening, at first her parents worried she might never walk again.
When you have a child that you see gets injured, I mean, you wish it was you and not your child.
Was that the lowest point of your life?
Probably.
As it turned out, the injury was a severe back sprain. But undaunted, Kerri began an exhaustive regimen of rehabilitation and physical therapy, virtually fighting her way back into the gym.
To be honest, I would have rather her, probably after that fall, done something else. But she was more determined. She wanted to make that world championship team.
Remarkably, that is just what Kerri did. A little over 3 months after her fall, she and her teammates stunned the gymnastics community by winning the silver medal at the world competition held in Germany.
If anyone was skeptical about this comeback, they shouldn't be.
And then last year, her opportunity of a lifetime loomed once more, when for a second time she earned a spot on the Olympic team.
And I really thought in Atlanta this was my shot. It was finally my time.
Was it? There in Atlanta, everything seemed to be tumbling into place. In the final hours of the women's gymnastics competition, the Americans were neck and neck with their arch rivals, the Russians. All Kerri and her teammates needed were some solid performances on the vault to take the gold. But when American Dominique Moceanu twice landed on her backside, the tension quickly mounted.
The same thing. Well, this is amazing.
When Dominique fell on both her vaults, I thought the gold medal was slipping away. Because in gymnastics, normally, you cannot afford a fall.
Kerri was next, and last.
So Kerri Strug, it is up to her.
You know, I definitely had some pressure going, but I was pretty confident in myself.
Oh! 3 falls in a row for the Americans.
Incredibly, Kerri, like Dominique, botched a vault she'd performed thousands of times. Even worse, she injured her ankle.
After the first vault, I felt like a little snap or rip. And at first, I was a little just embarrassed and stunned and very upset with myself. And then when I stood up, I thought, you know, my ankle would kind of go back into place and feel normal. But as I kept walking further down and looking at Marta and Bella, it wasn't changing. The feeling was not going away.
Did you know how severely injured you were?
No, definitely not. It's not like football or basketball where you can take a timeout and the trainer can look at you.
Kerri Strug appears to be limping.
What Kerri did not yet know, and what doctors believe, is that at this point, she had torn some ligaments. Could she possibly manage to barrel down the runway and take her second vault? Kerri had just a half minute to decide.
Yeah, you can do it. Don't worry about it. My heart was between, oh gosh, we're going to be proud for the rest of our life, or we have to bow our head. And I couldn't really do anything about it. The whole thing was in her hand, and in her mind, and her heart.
I remember saying a small prayer before my second vault. I just, you know, said, please, God, help me out here. I know I can do this vault. Will you help me?
Kerri, listen to me. You can do it. Yes. Yes.
I remember when I was running, my foot kind of felt out of place. For a brief moment, I thought maybe I'd trip.
Kerri Strug is hurt. She is hurt badly.
It felt like fire was inside of me and I was gonna faint, and like when you hit your funny bone and you just want to go crazy, multiply that by 100.
The amazing thing about it, though, John, she raised her hands overhead, her head, she finished the vault.
Standing on one leg.
I had a mixed feeling at that particular moment. Of course, you know, the excitement. Yes, we did it. Yes, we got it. Next was, wow, what's with her leg?
When they carried me off, I was still questioning, you know, are they going to count it as a fall? What am I going to do? And I just wanted to make sure that we had won and that my vault had been successful.
Judging by the crowd, there could be no doubt the Americans snared the gold.
A 9-7-1-2, she has done it. Kerri Strug has won the gold medal for the United States team.
Then the last moment was a desperation. Where is Kerri? Where is Kerri? The team is walking out, and there's no Kerri. And she was on the stretcher. And I said, no way, nobody ever gonna take you away now. This is your moment, and you deserve to be with the good picture of, and put her up on the stage.
I was worried because I had no pants like the rest of my teammates and no shoes, and I wanted to walk because I thought it would look funny that I was being carried. And you know.
Finally going to get my gold medal and I don't have any pants.
Right. That's what's going through my mind. I mean.
Some doctors are going to look at this and say, you should not have taken the vault. That was a bad decision and a bad message.
There's a certain obligation you have when you're in the Olympic Games. You're representing yourself, your country, your coaches, your teammates, everyone. It's years of training, of sacrifice, not only you, your friends, your family, everyone. I was supposed to do that vault, and I did that vault, and I'm glad and proud of it, and I wouldn't change it.
Winning the gold was finally something she could cross off her list. And of course, with that vault, everything changed. A virtual unknown the week before, she quickly became an American icon. Kerri was even willing to poke gentle fun at the high drama of her Olympics in a commercial for a sports network.
Larry, I'll be right back. If you can just hold Kerri for just 1 second. I gotta go to the bathroom, Gary.
After the Olympics, did some of your teammates resent all the attention you were getting?
Perhaps they did, but I can totally understand where they're coming from. We did win a team medal, but I did something out of the ordinary that kind of took away from that. And, you know, they trained just as long as hard as I did. It's been just tremendous and really inspirational to see.
These days, Kerri has used her newfound celebrity to participate in charity events and give motivational talks. She also makes an occasional cameo on television.
What does it take to get a Class C1 around here? What, do you have to win a gold medal or something?
Doesn't hurt.
Wait a second. Aren't you Kerri Strug?
And next month, her autobiography is coming out, titled Landing on My Feet.
You say your ankle is better. Better than what?
My ankle's much better than it was. It's not like I can't walk. I can handle a little nagging injury.
Kerri has not taken another vault since the Olympics. But with her ankle taped, she still works out regularly. And she is barnstorming the country with the other members of the Magnificent Seven gymnastics team, but only part-time. She's abiding by her parents' fervent wish, and hers, to get a college education. Now a sophomore at UCLA, she hopes to go into broadcasting. Like any other college student, Kerri is making new friends, inside and outside the gym.
I got your call, but I've been really busy. I figured.
It is all, of course, a balancing act. But then again, Kerri is good at that sort of thing.
I don't want to be 40 years old and still be only enthralled with gymnastics. It's important that I grow up and get a new plan in gear, get going so I can finish checking off that list.
Oh, by the way, now and then, she still can't resist walking on curbs.
As it turns out, the U.S. team's score ended up being high enough that even without Kerri's second vault, it would have won the gold medal. But neither Kerri nor her coach had any way of knowing that at the time.